So let's say you want to share your expertise online, charge for it, and also maintain all the data. How would you do it? Now, there are many options out there where you can have all your courses hosted on a specific SaaS system, but today I want to show you how to do this on WordPress. Now, the tool I'll be using today is called MasterStudy. I've never used it before, so let's go into this journey and see how easy it is, or perhaps maybe how not so easy it is to use. So this is going to be a review and a tutorial at the same time. So let's take a look at MasterStudy and see if it's right for you. All right, so I have a website here which is purely just running on WordPress. I haven't installed anything on it. It's just a WordPress website. Let's go ahead and start installing the plugins. So I'm going to come over here to plugins, click on add new. So MasterStudy comes with two plugins. One is the basic one, and then there's also a pro one. So there we go. So here it is, MasterStudy LMS. I'm going to click on install now, click on activate. So now we have to go through this wizard, but I don't really like these wizards. So I'm going to try and just do this from scratch so that you can see all the options. I'm going to click here on skip. So straight away on the side here, I can see we have these pro add-ons and it's locked. But here we have this certificate builder, email manager, and all of that. Okay, so before we go into the pro stuff, let's take a look and see what we can do with the basic version. So here we are on the general settings. So if I scroll here, I can choose my main color here, which I think is very good. So let's go in with, let's say this color here is our main color. And then my secondary color here is going to be, say, this one here. I'm curious to see what this is going to look like once we start building this. Okay, so currency and symbol. So this is where, let's say you want to charge for your courses. You can decide what currency you want to use here. So in my example here, I'm going to use dollars, and the currency position is on the left. So I really like the fact that there's so many options I can go into here and really customize this. Okay, so let's take a look and see what other settings we have here. So we have courses, and this is where you can choose your layout. Now, I like the fact that we can import demo courses here so we can see what it looks like in case you're not ready to go in and start adding yours. Okay, so here, courses per row, there's 4. I can change this to 3 if you want to. Courses per page, there's 9, maybe perhaps change this to 6. So you can see here, there's a lot of customizations that you can do here for the page layout for your courses. Now, further down here, we also have a course card style. So we have our default here. We also have price on hover. I like this. So you know what I'm going to do now? I think I might as well go in and install the pro version so that when we start playing around with it, we can see all these changes in real time, because I have a gut feeling that the features we have here are mind-blowing. Now, I've already gone ahead and purchased the pro version, so I'm going to go ahead now and download it. Once you've purchased it, I'll leave the link in the video description below, by the way. Once you've purchased it, we are going to have an email here which looks something like this. So this is where you can copy your license key, because definitely they're going to need that. So I'm going to copy that and then come over here to my site. And this time I'm going to go to plugins, add new, and I'm going to install my plugin. Click here on upload. So I'm going to click on choose file, and here it is, the pro version, and then click on install now. I want to activate the plugin, and this next step now is to add our license key, which I'm going to do by pasting it over here like that. And then I'm just going to say, yes, send me security features, updates, blah, 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 activate license. So we're good to go now with the pro features. Now let's see how easy it is to add a course in MasterStudy. So what we're going to do now is we are going to now come over here to LMS, click on courses, add new. So we need to enter our name of our course. So now it's time to fill in all the details here. So the first thing I need to add here is the category. So because this is a new website, there's no categories. So what I can do now is to click on this plus button and add my category. So let's just call this money as my category, and then click on add to category. All right, so the next step now is to choose our level. So I'm going to click on this drop down, and this is going to be beginner. And then finally, I need to upload my image here. So over here on downloads, I'm going to double click on my image, and then click on create. So this information I've just entered is for the course that I need to create here. So now I can come to the curriculum. So I'm going to say module 1 to start off with. and then I can start adding my lessons. So if I click here on add lesson, now I really love the fact that everything is intuitive, right? Anything that I try and do is like the following step is not confusing. Everything is just pretty much straightforward. So here we have several options. We have text lesson, we have a video lesson, and then we have a stream and so on. But for these to work, you need to enable the add-on, and I'll show you in a moment how to do that. So for now, let's add a video lesson. So for the video lesson here, you need to choose your source. And I like the fact that we have our HTML, MP4, we have our YouTube, Vimeo, external link, embed, and also shortcode. This is fantastic because you are covered when it comes to video. So let's say I want to use Vimeo because I host my videos on Vimeo. I can just come over here, copy the link, back over here, make sure that I choose Vimeo, and then paste my link like that. Okay, straightforward. So now that I've pasted my link, I can also enter my lesson duration. So let's say this is 10 minutes, but of course you want to check this on your player. Now we have lesson preview. So if you want all your visitors to your website to see this, I mean, you can just make it a lesson preview so they don't have to pay for it to view it. I also love that. I've seen this feature on Udemy where you can see the whole course, but you're allowed to see a few of the lessons. This also gives or entices someone to want to enroll on the actual lesson because they might have seen your teaching style on this lesson preview. So I really love that. Now it's time to add our description. So here we have a short description and the lesson content. So I'm going to add my short description here, and let's pretend that this is also our content. So this one here is self-explanatory. I mean, there's nothing difficult here. On the lessons here is where you can also add some files. So I'm going to add this image here, but of course you can add zipped files. You can add so many other things here that works with the actual lesson itself, which is pretty cool. All right, so I'm now going to go ahead and click on create. So let's call this lesson 1. And I think we're good to go. I'm going to click on create. And again, you can see all the buttons in the right places. So it's not very confusing when you use MasterStudy. So now that we have this, you notice that over here, we have draft. So we can make this published so that we can see it on our front end of our website. So with that published now, I really want to have a look and see what this looks like. I'm going to click here on view, but I want to do this in a new tab. And there we go. Now, guys, I am super excited about this because just look at the layout. We haven't even gone in to do any design. The way it just looks is pretty much straightforward. We have the description here. Look at that. So this is our course. It's called MasterStudy Mastery. Okay, so this is the main landing page for the course. Now, if I come over here to curriculum, it's going to show me the modules and also all the lessons that I've added, which is really cool. Now, there's a little arrow here. If I click it, you can see we have the lesson description. So that is really nice. Here we have the 10 minutes, which is the length of this lesson. Now over here on the right, we have our reviews. So any students here can add their reviews about this lesson. And then we have this big bright button here to start the course. We also have add to wish list, and we also have the number of students enrolled and beginner level. So back over here to the curriculum, if I now click on lesson 1, this will show me or give me an idea of what the lesson page looks like. And right away, we can see that this is where our video is. Of course, I need to go in and update my settings here. And we also have our downloadables here, which is the lesson materials. So it is super easy to use, and it's very easy to follow. So there's one feature that I really found amazing here. Over here on the right, you see this icon here. If I click on it, we go into dark mode. Look at that. Just by clicking on that, easy on the eyes, and man, this is really cool. Okay, continue on. Let's continue on. And here we have our discussions. So if you want to add a comment here, you can just add your comment by just typing in here. So I'm just going to say new comment. But of course, you want to add, something of value here. And now we have a comment here. All right, so let's remove dark mode and let's go back to our website here and let's add one more lesson. So let's go ahead and click on add a lesson. This time, this is going to be a text lesson. So I'm going to click here on text. This time, let's say lesson 2. And this is 1 minute. And this is the lesson content. And then finally, we're going to add the short description. And then we can just hit create. So now we have 2 lessons. So when you take a look here on the left pane, There's also some icons which show up when you hover over it. So take a look here. We can go in and delete this. We can also duplicate, and we can also drag by coming over here. And now lesson 2 is on the top and lesson 1 is on the bottom. So this is also the drag and drop. I really, really love that. Now over here, we can also continue to add more lessons, and look at the icon here. It also shows that this is a text lesson. Now, if you need to add a new section, you can just come over here, click on add new section, and then we're going to call this module 2. And this is just so exciting to use. Now let's take a look at our course page. And again, I'm going to come over here to curriculum, and now we have 2 lessons. Pretty cool. I really love this. If we take a look at how this page actually looks, it doesn't look very exciting. So MasterStudy has a trick up its sleeves, and they also offer their child theme. Let's take a look at it and see how easy it is to install. So before we install it, let's take a look at this live demo. I'm going to open this in a new tab. So there we go. You can see this looks very, very professional. We have all our courses here, and look at what happens when you hover this. This is really, really cool. I like this. So I'm going to scroll down here. We have all this information, the instructor, and teacher courses as well. So I really like the way this looks. It's very, very professional. And let's see if I can preview this lesson and see what the preview page actually looks like. Look at that. Very clean, and it's all edge to edge. All the important information is here. We can see how many students are enrolled, and then you can enroll on the course here. I'm really loving this. This is really, really nice. Why don't we go ahead and see how easy it is to install this child theme? All right, so I'm going to click here on install, and let's go to install now. All right, so we now have to go through this wizard. So I'm going to go ahead and say start. And by the way, this requires Elementor for this to work. So let's go ahead and click on install. Now, if I start adding all the courses one by one and all the lessons one by one, this is going to take me a lot of time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and import this demo content so we can really see what MasterStudy is all about and all the features. Next, we're going to click on install. And then finally, I'm going to view my website and see what it looks like. Okay, so here we go. My website is up now, and this looks very cool. All right. Let's go back in now and see what else we can customize. So I'm going to come back to my dashboard here. So first of all, let's go to the courses because there's quite a few courses that have been added here. So if you wanted to now start adding your own courses, you can go in and delete some of these. So I'm just going to highlight a few and delete them. So I'm just going to leave just a few. So maybe I'll leave these 3. And then on the bulk actions here, I can say move to trash. Click on apply. And now we have 3 left. Okay, great. Now it's time to take a look at the Pro add-ons. So they're over here. You can see it says Pro add-ons. Just click on that. And this now shows you the whole list of the add-ons. So you can choose these as you wish. So for example, let's say you want to award certificates to your students. You can just enable it like that. And then over here, if you want an email manager, you can activate all this. And here we have our email branding as well, if you really want to make it look really nice. The good thing is this is there by default, which is fantastic. Now we also have a forms editor. So as you can see, there's quite a lot here that you can activate. And this just makes the whole learning environment really, really amazing. Now take a look here. We also have the Zoom conference add-on. We also have Google Meet. Now this has become recently my favorite. I really like Google Meet. Here we have the assignment add-on. I mean, in fact, you know what? Let me just add this on and then I'll show you how this actually works. We also have drip content because sometimes you may not want to just push out your course out like that. So the drip content helps you release the content as and when you need to do that. So let's go ahead and enable it. Now take a look here. We also have group courses. Now this is fantastic because you can specify which groups takes whatever courses, which is, I think, a feature which is very, very good. We also have course bundles. We have a point system. I really like this. Let me go ahead and activate it. We also have a file manager. I can enable that. So as you can see, we have quite a lot to choose from here. We also have statistics and payout. Now you may be wondering, okay, so what happens if you want to have a situation where someone tries out the course before they actually purchase it? Well, there is trial courses here as well. You can enable them. So there's a ton of features, and for the price, I think this is fantastic. Now, some of you may have started off with, say, Udemy, and that's where your courses are. What MasterStudy LMS has done is the ability to pull all your content from Udemy onto your own website, which is right here. So as you can see, this is really, really cool. We also have prerequisites. Again, this could be really cool. We also have a gradebook. So all these features, in my opinion, are all the features that you need to have a fully functioning online course website. Now that we've activated these, let's go ahead and go to a course here and see where they are. So now I've clicked on courses. I'm going to choose the one that I created earlier on, which is my MasterStudy Mastery. So I'm going to click on edit. Now, by the way, you can, once you've published your courses, you can always go back in and make your changes when you want. So now I can go in and click on edit course with Course Builder. So now all of a sudden we have this navigation here, which has your drip. So this is where you can activate your drip. So you can start a new dependency like that. And then we can just add it, and then you can drag your lessons in here. So let's say this is my first lesson. I can just drag and drop it in there. Next, let's take a look at this tab, the settings tab. Now this tab is very important because this is where you make all your customizations for this particular course. So over here, we're on the main tab. So this is where you have your course name. We also have the URL, we have the category, and so on. Now, if you scroll further down here, we also have the course preview description, which is what shows on the front of the website. And you also have the status here. So here we can say new, special, and so on, which is, I think, really, really cool. Now, let me show you the front end so you can see what I mean. Now, you see this tab which says new or hot. This is where this setting is. So this is where you can go in and set it to hot, new, or special. Now, another thing that you may need to customize here is your start date. So if you click here on this calendar, you can set your start date. Let's say it's the 31st of the 10th, and you can also add an end date, but you can just leave it as it is. And then this just becomes open with a start date. Now let's take a look here at the access. So if I come over here to access now, we have trial course, and we also have a time limit. So this is really cool because if I go to time limit here, I can set my expiration day. So let's say this course needs to run, so let's say for a week, I can just add my 7 days like that and then click on save. Or if it's a trial course, I can just set it to a trial, and pretty much that's cool. Over here, we have our prerequisites. So again, this here is something that you may need to add. So let's say you have an advanced course and a beginner course, but someone wants to try and go straight into the advanced. You can actually set your beginner course as the prerequisite and before they enter onto the advanced one. So here you are, we have all the courses here. So let's say this is the prerequisite. I can just add it like that. And this is for this particular course. Okay, so I can hit save. And then here I also have course files. So if I come over here, I can drag and drop all my course files in here. And then finally, we have the certificate. So I can actually choose my certificate here. We have a demo 1, and you can hit save. So you can actually go in and design the certificate itself. I'll show you in a moment how to do that. But this is where you can assign this certificate over here. Now, what I like about this tab is we have a one-time purchase. So if I activate this, we can enter our price here for one time. We can select our start date and our sell end date if you want to promote this. Now, we also have a paid membership pro if you want to use, let's say, a membership plugin. So if you click here on install, it installs the paid membership pro, and you can set it up that way. So that's a good addition to this. Now, let's say you want to add some frequently asked questions. You can start adding them here on this tab. And then finally, we have notice. Now here it says switch to old builder. I'm not sure, I haven't even tried the old builder, but from what I see, this is fantastic. The UI is very, very easy to follow, and setting up a course and setting up lessons is very, very easy. All right, so now that we have this, let's take a look here and view it. And here we are. Now we have a lot more information for this particular course, and the layout now looks really nice. Now take a look here. We have our popular courses here on the left panel. We also have our beginner level. It is telling us that this course is beginner level. And we also have prerequisites. So you can see here, it doesn't say start right away because we set up our prerequisite course. And this also says the course expires in 6 days. So everything is visual. All your students will be able to see what really is going on this course. Now, I haven't really seen these features on the other LMSs. So this is very, very unique to MasterStudy. All right, so let's come over here to prerequisites. You can see here that there's a course here that we need to start off with before we get started. And again, here we have our curriculum, we have our reviews, and so on. Now, at first glance, when you take a look at this website, it doesn't look like there's much going on. The pages are not there. But if you come over here to the top right and you click on this drop down, you notice now that we have everything on this right panel. So if I click on dashboard, this will show me the dashboard for the actual student. And as you can see here, this is me. I'm the instructor here. And if I scroll down here, these are the courses that we have. There's also other tabs. I can see my enrolled courses on this tab, messages. I can take a look at my favorite courses. So this dashboard has everything that pertains to me or any user for that matter. So again, if I come over here and click on this drop down, you notice that we have all these other tabs. So you can see my orders here. So if I have purchased, I can always come over here and take a look at my orders. Look at that. Now everything is all just in one place, which I really, really like. I can also take a look at my points. I can look at my certificates. I can look at my assignments. All is happening over here on this little drop down. Let's see what we can do to customize our website, because chances are you don't want to just have a website that looks like this template. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So if I come over here now to pages, I'm going to scroll down. Here are my pages. I'm going to click on all pages. So these are the default pages. So this is the front page. I'm going to say edit with Elementor. Now, Elementor is a very, very easy page builder to use, and I can see why MasterStudy chose it. However, you can actually build your websites with a different page builder because they have what are known as shortcodes. So you can take a shortcode and just put it on any page that you create, and it will look really cool. All right, so I'm just going to close out of here. And now it's time to go in and start customizing this. So let's say I want to change this and add my own images. I can actually go in here, come over here to style, and then I'm going to add my own image, media library. So let's pretend this is our image. I'm going to click on it. So you can see right away my main image has changed. Now let me position it properly. So it says top center here. I'd rather have center. And let's see. Oh, that's much better. And I can also go in and customize the height of this layout. And this time I want to fit to screen. So now I have this massive image here for my landing page. Now, if you want to make any changes to this, you can always go in here and start typing. So this says start investing in your future today. I can go in here and change this text to tomorrow. And all this text here can all be updated. We also have this button here. When you click on something here, you can go in and change it. So at the moment it's linking here. I can go in and add my own link just by doing that. And instead of saying join for free, I can say get started like that. So as you can see, it's very, very easy to go in and customize. This is a page builder. Now, when you scroll further down here, you can see now that this area here, if I click on this pencil icon, you notice that this is our grid. Now, if you want to take a look at all your widgets, you can see all of them are here. We have testimonials, we have site authorization links, we have instructors carousel. So there's quite a lot here, and I think this is very powerful because just dragging and dropping these widgets is very, very easy to get started. So what's happening here is MasterStudy has created a child theme for you, which you can go in and customize. You don't have to pay any extra for this. All the tools that you need to set up your website are all there. And I think this is a very, very good thing to do, because imagine if you were trying to create your website this way and you had to build everything from scratch. It was going to be very, very confusing. But the fact that we have all these things in place, all you have to do is to go and replace your images, replace your text, and everything is in place. Now let's take a look at the certificate builder. So here we can see we have this tab called certificates. So we have demos here, but if you want to create yours from scratch, you can just click on this create new, and then you can start by creating and choosing your background. So if I come over here, let's say this is the background, I can select that. So what you're going to find is this is a drag and drop. So I can just click here on the text, and you can see here, this is where my text is. I can drag it into position, and you can now start creating it. So I've just entered there 2023. I can drag and click on this plus button, And this is where the student name goes. I can just click on drag it. So maybe the student name goes here. I can say instructor. Again, I'm going to drag and drop the instructor's name on the bottom here. So you can have a layout that you want, and then once you're happy with this, you can save changes, and this works as your template. So if we take a look at the demo here, you can see now what they have done. So you have your certificate here, you have your logo, you also have your description text, which again, you can just move around until you're happy. Here, they've imported an image. And then you've got the instructor's name here as well. So this now is going to act as your template for your certificates. But you can have a totally different background here. So what I'd advise you do is to use programs like Photoshop so that some of these areas here are left white and you have your designs there on the side. So these are the dimensions, 1050 by 1600 pixels. So once you import that as your background, that'll be a very good starting point for creating your certificate. Now let's talk about how you can charge your students and how you can set up all your payment gateways. To set it up, you want to come over here to payment methods, and we have 4 different types. So we have wire transfer, we have PayPal, we also have Stripe and offline. So with Stripe, you can just activate it here and then add your public key, your secret key, and so on. And just by doing that, you are ready to go. But what I would recommend if you are not familiar with Stripe or PayPal, you do need to create your accounts first, and then once you do that, you can just log in, and this is where you get your public key, your secret key, and so on. So you need to have those accounts first. Now remember, I talked about the shortcodes. If you're using a totally different page builder, if you come over here to shortcodes, you can see now where everything is. Now the final thing I want to talk about is the settings that you can do on each individual course. So let's say I choose this one here, click on edit. You can either go into the course builder here, or you can scroll all the way down here and then select all your settings. Now look at this. I can come over here and add my course price. So my price comes over here. Let's say this is 99, sale price is 79, like that. I can choose the dates. And if this is enterprise, I can add my enterprise price over here, and I can also add my membership if I needed to. I can add my points. So as you can see, everything for this particular course can be all done over here, right on the bottom here. If you want this to expire, you can just come over here and add your time limit and then set it to when you want it to expire. Over here, we have your content drip. So you can set it up over here as well, like that. You can go in and target your lesson. We also have our prerequisites, announcement, FAQs, even the certificate. So if when it comes to the certificate, when they complete, you can click on this drop down here and choose the certificate itself, which is the demo one. And by the way, if in case you're wondering, where it says student name, that is where your name will be replaced with that text. So this is how you don't have to go in and give each individual name to each individual certificate. So that's pretty cool. So overall, you can see that this is a very, very, very easy to use system. I like the fact that it's a drag and drop visual builder. We can do all your customizations, like I said here on the bottom, and also the course builder is fantastic. Now, just take a look at this. It's so clean, you cannot even get lost. So finally, in my opinion, this is one of the best learning management systems out there. The advantages of having a system like this is everything runs on your own website, unlike other platforms where all the data is stored on their servers. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think. The link to MasterStudy is in the video description below. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.